Right, after months of work, this is where we are now. The coils need winding yet, but I have my completed mechanical resonator. Well, apart from the wire bits, which I've got to go on as well. Well, let me just pause and try and demonstrate that. Right, okay, there's some holes on here, as you can see. Now, the magnetic fields are going to be coupled using some rods. They've got to be bent as well. But basically, the top end, there's going to be a rod. Let's see. If all this magnetism didn't destroy my phone. Right, it's going to be a rod coming through. And this rod will be coupled to, it's going to have to be bent. This rod was going to be coupled to the outer magnet on the next one. Right, you get that. It's a bit loose at the moment, as you can see. That's why it needs connecting with rods to make it secure. Okay, let me get this rod out. But then there's going to be another rod on this side. Get it out, get it through, and that's going to be bent, and that's going to be coupled to that magnet there, and the same goes on this side to this one, and of course on the bottom, which is down here. You get the idea. These rods basically will achieve magnetic coupling and also help the balance and the magnetic field to be focused internally. Okay, well, you get the idea. So there's still work to do, but it's basically more or less, apart from the coils being wound yet, not being wound yet, but it's more or less completed. Stand it on its end, because those were the hardest parts. That's why I say it's more or less completed, because yeah, those were the really hardest parts, to make all these intricate parts, you see. So you can now see where the windings go on the bobbins. Down here, I've colour coded them all, because these are the green ones are actually the passive, but to balance the magnetic field on the passive concentric magnets, which are these, it will probably be necessary to bias them with magnets or adjustable magnets on a screw to adjust the distance between to bias them to equalize the magnetic field inside. Right, you get the idea. But basically, if I was to push this on here, it's pushing now, but it's going to fly off if I let go. Oh no, it's not. It's actually all right. But it probably would do if I had them on three. But yeah, it has to be anchored. So there's going to be biasing magnets to force the magnetic field internally, so you can achieve, obviously by adjusting the number of magnets or the distance, we can tune it. Right, okay. So I was kind of shooting behind with the light on the wrong side, so it doesn't look very good. And it's really stuck to the ironing board, which is steel. But you get the idea. And these ends, obviously, these ends are what are pulsed by the motor, because these are the red ends. I'll put this back on its side again. Let me pause a minute. Now, basically, there's going to be some rings on there. I'll put a small ring on for now. There's going to be some, stuck on with the magnetism, but there's going to be some rings on each end fixed, and the rotor will pass the ring. and that helps to alleviate the drag, any drag that we do have. But they're going to be balanced anyway, so there shouldn't be much drag. But it's because of the iron. I'm just trying to compensate for the drag we get from the iron. But there's going to be two of these rings, one on each side. If you get the idea, yeah. Is it right? The light's not very good on this side. Yeah, anyway. So, it's actually almost freestanding at the moment. I was thinking about how to mount it on the unit, but it looks to me like it's going to be pretty easy because it's going to be standing on the bottom magnet. But unless it's got biasing magnets, which might mean it'll be protruding. Well, actually, at the moment, that one wants to be higher because the steel underneath is poking out. So we've basically got a lot of magnetism in there. See if I can find my gauge. Let's see what this. Ooh. It's not biased at each end at the moment. It's actually neutral. But there's a heck of a lot. There's a heck of a lot of pull in here. And we look at that. Well, oh, sorry, that's at one end. Yeah, we need to bias them actually. I'll try that. Well, I was trying to calibrate it a bit. This field is so powerful that my gauge, one of my magnets, flipped to the centre, and it just will not release. It's totally stuck right in the middle. Yeah, so there's some work to do with the gauge, but I'm not too worried about that. The point being, yeah, I'm moving these outward slightly, the outside ones, because there's such a lot of intense field that it's kind of overwhelming everything, really. I expected to be having a few adjustments, but see if I can get this magnet that's stuck. It's stuck right in the middle. Probably won't release until I take some of these concentric ones off. Let's see. Take this one off. Nothing much happened there. Let's take the other one. Taking two of them off now. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get hold of it with this other. There we go. Wow. That magnetic field, it must be huge. Let's get it back to the end. Okay, I've got it back at the end now. So there's my gauge magnets are back on the ends. Let's put this on. I just knocked it too far. Right, let's get the other one on. Keep an eye on it this time. Right. There's a lot of adjustment in this. Okay. Right. Get my portable adjustment thing. Now that one on that end is pulling at the moment. Oh no, sorry, that's a pushing one, I think. Yeah, this one was a pulling one. It's hard to get, I've got to get exactly between these two magnets here, otherwise it interferes with it. That's a pulling one. I have to get really close just to get it to move. It's actually quite weak down there. As you can see, I can pull it so far out and it drops. So it's very weak on this side because it's actually pulling. And on the other side, ooh, this one's pushing. And let's see how far out I can get. You see a lot further out. There's an intense field in here. Oops. Damn it. There's a lot. Once you get outside the concentric magnets, the field is concentrated in the centre, you see, around the coils, where the coils are going to be. So as soon as I come past these outside these concentrics, it collapses the field, which is what I want. I want the field concentrated around the bobbins, you see. That's the whole point. And that is working pretty good. Okay. My voice is getting a bit croaky. I'm just so tired. Right, okay, that's long enough, 10 minutes.